Hello internet friends, my name is Caitlin. Welcome to my channel. It's June, which means it's Pride Month, when corporations pretend they care about the queer community and those of us in the queer community get to be out and loud and proud a little bit more than usual. So I figured, hey, I'll make a video talking about Drag Race. For those of you that are normal watchers of my channel, you might be wondering, what exactly about Drag Race is improv content? Well, to be fair, a lot of it actually. They do quite a few different types of improv challenges in every season of Drag Race, because the concept of the show is to challenge all of the queens to do a variety of different types of challenges to find the most well-rounded queen at the end of the season. I mean, in theory, but honestly, do they ever really crown an all-around perfect queen, or really just the favorite of the season? Or Rue's favorite of the season? That's not what this video is about, by the way. We're not getting into that, but I digress. They do a lot of different types of improv challenges on Drag Race, which is one of the things I really love about the show. I get to see these queens forced to do improv whether or not they know how. Now, the most beloved variation of this type of challenge is, of course, the Snatch Game. Snatch Game is where the queens have to impersonate a celebrity and then play essentially a parody of the classic game show, The Match Game. So it essentially tests both their ability to do an impersonation and their ability to improvise. The only thing they can really prepare ahead of time is their impersonation. They obviously get to choose who they're going to be impersonating, and they can prepare that and work on that ahead of time, but they don't know what questions are going to be asked. So how they're going to joke and make up good answers that work in character as whoever they are impersonating, they've got to come up with that right on the spot. And that is tricky even for seasoned improvisers. So good luck. This challenge really separates the strong comedic performers from everybody else in this show. So for today's video, I'm going to be looking at one of my favorite episodes ever of the Snatch Game, the double header from the All Winners All-Stars season of Drag Race. I have a little confession to make. I have a character that I do in improv character shows sometimes, who is partially based on the way Jinx Monsoon does Judy Garland in this Snatch Game. It was such an incredibly great performance that it really inspired me, and I took pieces of that and mixed it with some other characters that I do and created a new character. But it is definitely heavily inspired by Jinx, so if you ever see me do it, it's absolutely a tip of the hat to Jinx Monsoon, because it's iconic. All right, let's get into the Snatch Game.
Are you ready to meet our celebrities? In this corner, it's former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? So nice to see you again in the corner. And to all my beautiful ladies here, I want to offer them one thing.
What's that?
I'm gonna them all in the Come on, me.
So strong. Such a strong choice right out the gate.
Her from Waylon Flowers and Madam. Here is Madam.
I've been on Hollywood Square, I've been on The Tonight Show, and now I'm just on Quaaludes.
Okay, so
She's
I actually don't know the reference, and this is something that is interesting to point out. So not all of the time will you know every reference of what they're doing. That happens to me a lot when I watch Snatch Game. No idea what Raj is doing. But that was still really funny. That to me is the key. If you're doing a reference to something that not everyone is going to get, it should still be funny. It should still be interesting to watch. And the puppet of it all and having the physicality of the puppet and the jokes still hitting, that's really fun. Like, I get who Mike Tyson is. The impersonation is great. Like, all of that's good. But don't have a clue who this puppet is. But I'm still really enjoying it. So I think that's a really key thing to keep in mind is, especially when you're doing improv, like, I think of it just as regular improv now. This is just a character to me. I don't know anything about this character's backstory, so doesn't matter to me. I'm just enjoying it.
absolutely fabulous. It's Joanna Lumley.
Darling, how are you, sweetie?
I'm doing great.
I know we're on telly, so I'd just like to say, I love Chanel.
Well, maybe they'll send some over, you know.
Hopefully. Let's try again. I love Chanel.
This little devil needs no introduction. It's Satan.
People call
Bold
me
choice.
The devil, Satan, Michelle Visage, Lucifer, but you can call me Lucy with an I. All my friends do.
Yeah,
Great choice.
Our very own
So-
Russian doll.
That's such a fun choice to make too. So obviously no one actually has met Lucifer. No one knows who the devil is. So you can put whatever take and spin you want on it. You can personify that in any way. So to put that characterization on it and kind of take it a different direction, right? Normally you would think very threatening and whatever, but to take it kind of a left turn, essentially. Really fun choice, and you get to lean into it whatever direction you want. Really, really smart choice from Trinity there. I think that's really fun. And again, you can do whatever you want, so have fun with it. Go balls to the wall. Great.
It's Natasha Leone.
Hey there, Rue. You know we did that flick together.
That's right, we did.
Yeah. Don't tell Mom the cheerleader's a lesbian.
Yes, exactly.
I quit smoking today.
Oh, you did? Well, what are you smoking?
A cigarette. Yeah. I didn't say it was going well.
Up next.
Really great
Queen of
impersonation.
Sugar Trap, it's
And
Ringo
But I'm a
Nasty.
Cheerleader is a great movie, so I got that reference too.
Why you nasty? Cause I keep your man like toilet paper in my ass cheeks.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All right, let's move on down. She's an
Okay, we'll also say I don't know the reference that Evie is giving, but it's not giving me anything in the way that Raja's was. So it just, I don't know, came off kind of like an obnoxious TikToker, which might be how that person is. So it might be a very accurate impersonation. I actually don't know, but it's not inherently funny to me. So I might just be missing it. I don't know, but we'll see.
Instagram sensation, Kenyan comedian Elsa Majimbo.
It is such an honor. The fact that I was watching your TV show in my bathrobe and now in my bathrobe on your TV show.
Here to party like it's 1999, the purple one, Prince is in the house.
Okay.
Rue? I'm sexy.
Okay.
I'm a man.
All right, contestants, are you ready to play Snatch Game?
I didn't get a lot from that.
All right, here you go. This one's for Rob.
Not much going on there.
Lil Nas X recorded a duet with Lady Bunny.
Oh, wow.
Their song is called Old Blank Road.
And this is why I love this.
Old
You
Clown Road.
gotta come up with something good.
All right, let's go to our
In
celebrities
character
find out
and
if you have
funny.
any matches. Starting with Mike Tyson.
I think it's old champion because he's a champion for the queer people, RuPaul.
Yes, he is.
His style is impetuous. His punches are impregnable.
This is
Not
great.
match there, but
So,
I gotta say, Mike Tyson,
like-
your penmanship is
again, so just to point out what Monet is doing that's great there. Champion, that's in line with Mike Tyson. And then just the way that it's being presented there, it's very in character, right? So, again, I'm not grading this on like a Snatch Game scale of like, oh, should they win or not win Snatch Game? It doesn't matter. It just has like an improv coachy way. That's very in character. It works for me. The characterization is great. Yeah, that works. That feels like something Mike Tyson would do.
impeccable.
Impregnable.
Impregnable.
Exactly. All right.
Wrong word, but
Let's
sounds great to me.
move on down to Madam.
It's funny.
All right, what say you, Madam?
Lady Bunny's my very old friend. Wooden teeth.
Not a match, Madam, but a very good
Also
answer.
seems to fit the
All right,
character.
let's move on down to Joanna
It works, and it's a
Lumley.
good,
We are looking
quick
for
joke.
Old Clown Road.
I just wrote Old Clown Road, and I also wrote Chanel.
Sticking with the character,
All right, let's move on
I
down
think
to the one. The
this is
only
going
Lucifer.
fine.
Now, you worked with Little Nas
Nothing
X
standing out.
recently, didn't
I
you?
did,
The
I
video
did.
together. What was the lap dance like?
I was like, yes, queen. You worked out on my lap. Yeah.
We're looking
Leaning
for
into this
Old
hard.
Clown Road.
Really good.
I said Old Bottom Road.
Old Bottom
Yeah.
Road.
That makes sense.
Oh, good answer. I've been down that road.
Yeah,
before.
they just
repaved it.
Yeah, did they
They
really?
did. They got rid of the speed bumps. Thank God.
Well, thank you, Satan. Not a match, but very close. Let's move on down to Elsa. We are looking for an Old Clown Road.
You know, I looked up this lady bunny.
Yes.
She's neither a lady nor a bunny.
No.
So I said Old Brown Road.
Okay.
Not a match. Let's move on down to Prince.
I was dreaming when I wrote this answer.
Oh, you.
Okay, so just
What
quoting
were you
Prince
dreaming about,
lyrics.
Prince?
Okay. The physicalization's funny.
We're looking for
Clown. Old Clown
Old
Road.
Clown
Are we still
Road.
on that question?
Yeah.
I wrote old.
Old road.
Old road.
That's a poet right there.
Yeah.
All right, this next question.
It's not
is
bad.
Michelle.
Again, I still just kinda want
Del
more.
Rio is so lucky.
How lucky is she?
Well, she recently hosted the Westminster Dog Show, and she ended up winning the award for Best Blank.
bitch.
Best bitch. All right, let's go to our celebrities
Fitting.
and see what they wrote. Starting with Satan, are you ready?
Yes.
Now, we're looking for bitch. What say you, Satan?
I personally know Bianca. She is my protege.
Okay.
And when I retire, she will be taking over.
Oh, great. Good to
This
know.
is all
And so
great
the
color
best
to add.
in bitch face, because she looks like a hound.
Okay, let's go to the judges and see what they said. The judges say it's a match.
Thanks, Lucy.
Oh, thank you.
Love you,
Yeah.
Nina.
Let's move on down to Natasha Leone.
Yeah.
We're looking for bitch. Do you have a bitch?
No, I said best breeder.
Best
You know,
breeder.
Bianca's a top.
Yeah.
And she's also petite.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And tiny tops, it cracks me up.
Yes.
Like, imagine Jada Essence Hall topping Monet Exchange. That would be hilarious to see, you know? Like a 4-year-old trying to move a couch on her own, you know?
Somehow I can't get
Yeah.
that picture out of my head.
It'll haunt you, Ruth.
Let's move on down.
Again,
to
great. That seems like
Rico
something that
Nasty.
Natasha would say, and it fits really well.
What's all that money? Where'd you get that money?
Bitch, when you stay as flossy as me, the money, she just comes out of everywhere. I got money here, I got money there.
Oh.
Bitch, I made it money.
Oh.
I'm going to take this and feed the whole entire village.
Thank you. I got more. Thank you.
Good job, Elsa.
Now, Rico, we're looking for bitch. What do you
Yeah, this
say?
just isn't landing for me.
Bitch, bitch, whoa, Rico, whoa, bitch, whoa, bitch. That's like 6 matches.
Actually, the judges are saying you only
Again,
get that one.
I may just not get the reference,
Let's move on down to
but
Prince.
it's
Prince, what are you
kind of just
wearing?
annoying. But maybe it's just annoying.
All of that right there.
I was definitely in the Definitely.
We're looking for bitch. What do you say?
Best bark.
That's not a match. All right, Roz, this one's for you.
Okay.
Michelle
I still feel like I'm just not getting a
hosting
lot
new spin-off
in general over there.
Drag Race New Jersey. The winner will receive a year's supply of blank.
If Michelle is there, you're going to need a year's supply of penicillin.
Yes. Let's start with Mike Tyson.
You know, if Michelle Bashad is still anything like I knew her back in the 90s, penicillion.
Yeah, keeping up the theme of wrong words. Monet's doing a really good job of like staying on theme, staying on target. Kind of picked a thing and stuck with it, which is
Let's move on down
super
to Madam. Madam,
super
have you spent time
smart.
in New Jersey?
Absolutely not. But I hear the women there love to have a little bit of sparkle.
Yes.
I just so happen to be wearing my summer diamonds today.
You are?
Absolutely. Some are diamonds and some are not.
That's funny.
My answer is bling bling.
Not a match for Ross. All right, let's
This
move on
characterization's
down to
great too.
Prince.
It definitely
Michelle
fits.
Visage is
It
hosting
makes
a new
sense to me.
spin-off, Drag Race New Jersey. The winner will receive a year's supply of, we're looking for penicillin,
My Gray.
My Gray.
Now hear
What?
me out. It's a new hair product for people with gray hair. Adds shine, volume, luster.
Yes.
I'd like what he's smoking.
Yeah, I'm not following that.
Now that buzzer means
It also
we are
didn't feel
out of
very
time.
Prince.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with
was
the
a little
whole new galaxy of stars. You stay
off.
right there, all right?
Overall, for that first half, I think the strongest overall, I think, was Trinity doing Lucifer, because there was a super strong choice made up front. It's really bold to take something like the devil and to then choose a characterization that is not the norm that you would think of. And then every answer that was given had a lot of thought behind it. It really made sense for the character. It fit the answer really well. It just, all of it was really cohesive. It was really fun. I also think Monet did a great job. The Mike Tyson bit was great. It was cohesive. Everything went together really well. You know, the bit kept coming back, like not understanding words correctly, not being able to spell very well. Everything was cohesive. It made sense to the character. Everything went well. The answers came together really nicely. I think Raja's puppet character was great. Again, don't know anything about that puppet, but I feel like I do know the puppet now. So I assume that it was articulated really well through that. So those came through really strongly. I think Jinx's Natasha was also really well done. We didn't get to see a ton of it, but what I saw was good. And again, really in line with who Natasha Lyonne is, and the voice was good. It was all really pitch perfect for what it should have been. Nobody had any terrible moments. I don't have anything that I can point to and say, never do that. That's horrible. There are some Snatch games where there's just such bad stuff happening that it's a train wreck to watch. Nothing like that happened here. Honestly, nobody completely sucked, which is great to see. And I think it's kind of proof in the pudding of why all of these people have won Drag Race before. But yeah, nothing was actually straight up bad. So that's good.
Stars, all winners, Snatch Game.
Are you guys ready to meet our new crop of celebrities?
Yay!
Okay, now, it's the star of the hilarious Catherine Tate show. Catherine Tate! Hello, Catherine!
I tell you what, Brew. I brought you a nice slice of Madeira cake. I'll put it there for later.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, there's a few Guinness around the back, and I'm 3 sheets to the wind, so if you wouldn't mind adding up, darling.
Yes.
Okay.
Up next, straight
So-
from under your bed, is the boogeyman.
What I will say here, I think it's a bold choice for Viv to go with not just Catherine Tate, but to go with a character that Catherine plays on her show. Because that is a reference that Americans are not going to get. So again, I feel like it's just a thing that you're going to have to go with. I guess we're just going to hope that she sells it and that we're going to get it as we go, kind of a thing. I don't think the audience of typical US Drag Race is going to get what she's doing. Catherine Tate show is not something that I think a general US audience watches. So, risky play, to be fair. All right.
Hey, baby, I am the Oogie Boogie, the creepiest dude from underneath your bed frame.
Who knew the boogeyman was so foxy? Damn.
I'm so fly, they call me the Boogeyman.
Very smart choice. I love that. So, same thing that Trinity did. Taking essentially a character that no one the boogeyman is a fictional character, right? Like the boogeyman under your bed, right? But then also taking the twist of like boogie and adding like that 70s groove vibe to it. Like that is such a clever, creative twist and a very smart choice and like such a fun thing to play with. What a cool character idea to develop and get to play with. Like, yeah, I'm the boogeyman. Like I'm the creep under your bed, but like a cool guy. That's so fun. I love that idea. What a fun thing to play with. Creating characters in improv is such a fun thing to get to do. And what a cool, smart play, because no one can tell you you're doing that wrong. Because nobody knows.
Can somebody give me a booster?
I got you. Oh, oh, there she is. He's an actor, a singer. Leslie Jordan is here.
My mother, she had a C-section with me, so this is the closest I'm ever going to get to a snatch.
That's really good.
Up next, from the
Really
Garden
spot
of
on.
Good
Really
and
funny.
Evil, it's the Lady Chablis. How are you?
I don't know. When I have enough of my juice, I'll let you know later on tonight.
Do you ever drink Chablis?
I don't know what the hell that is.
Another reference I don't get, so
Top model,
we'll just have to see.
Alexander, y'all.
Last time I saw you, we was taking bets on how many deviled eggs we could fit in our mouths at once. You remember how much you did?
No, I can't remember.
None, because you said you was watching your cholesterol, you skinny bitch.
Up next, we have the
Okay.
legend. Fashion icon Deanna Vreeland is here. Deanna
Okay.
Vreeland, darling, so much style, so much inspiration. What inspires you now?
Purple mittens. I'd say purple mittens.
Okay.
Up next, it's the
I honestly, yeah,
hilarious
okay.
Martin Lawrence.
Well, looky, RuPaul. You probably got your little child.
Okay.
Well, you know, RuPaul, a lot of these people think that I'm a drag queen, but I ain't no drag queen, RuPaul.
No, what are you?
I'm a lady.
Okay, so
It's
this
the
is,
legend,
I feel like, again, a risky choice. Less risky than the Catherine Tate thing. But, so I did grow up watching Martin. I loved that show growing up. It was one of my favorite things. Like, in our house, that was, like, always on. I don't know why. It just was. So I get it. But again, if you didn't grow up watching that show, I feel like this reference would be lost on you. But, God, I don't know. It's funny as hell to me.
One and only Judy Garland is here.
Hello,
Classic.
Drew.
Yes.
It's so wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to be anywhere, really.
Yes.
You know, I've been dead for quite some time.
Judy, I've always wanted to ask you, what is over that darn rainbow?
Well, it's a set, Drew. It's not real. It's the cardboard set, darling. It didn't go anywhere.
That's incredible.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
All right, our
That's
first
so good.
question is for
Okay,
Mich-
that to me is like the first moment of incredible improv response, right? What's over the rainbow on the set? Or what's over the rainbow? It's a set. What a great answer to that question. You could have gone a million different directions to answer that question. What's over the rainbow? It's a set. It's cardboard. Oh my God. Jinx is so good at this stuff. Like, no hesitation. Immediately in character. Oh, masterpiece. So good.
Michelle Visage.
Okay.
How can you tell Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pine, and Chris Evans apart? Chris Hemsworth's blank is bigger.
Hammer.
Hammer. Let's go on over to Catherine Tate.
That Hemsworth one, 'cause he's a big bastard, nice to look at.
Yes, he
and I've
is
seen
really
him in
gorgeous.
that film. He's throwing around that big hammer. He could throw it at me if he likes.
Oh, no.
So
yes.
what I know is stonky big hammer.
Big stonking hammer.
You got a point. All right, let's move on down to Leslie Jordan.
I just don't think this is going to hit because of the character. I honestly think...
Hammer.
Okay. I just have to say, I honestly think that it's... I just think doing this character was a bad choice. I really do. I think, honestly, even if Viv had just chosen to do regular Catherine Tate, that might have gone over better. Because I do think in general, Americans probably would recognize Catherine Tate because she had a pretty, not a long stint on The Office, but she was on The Office for a decent amount of time. And I think some people would know her from Doctor Who. So I think she's recognizable, like, enough to maybe be just herself. But this character is, like, so niche. It just comes off almost like just off-putting a bit. Whereas, like, Catherine Tate herself would be more fun to play, I think. Because the accent is fun and that's all good. But I don't know. I'm just having a hard time with it. I don't think it's coming across well. And it's hard once you've committed to that character to reverse it and back out, because you can feel the energy in the room isn't reacting positively to it. So in an improv scene where you're not so hard committed to a character like this, you could adjust a bit. But Viv doesn't have that choice here. Viv is locked into this character and has to stay 100% locked into this character, which is the right choice in this situation, but it's not reading well. So it's not going to continue to go in a positive direction, I don't think.
Bitch, I wish he would pound me with his hammer. I would climb him like a tree. I would need a ladder.
Let's move on down to Miss J. Alexander.
Back in 1984, I got a perm from a Chris.
Oh.
So bad all my hair fell out.
Oh, dear.
Girl, I told myself that day I would never utter the name Chris again.
You just said it 3 times, darling.
That's a good response.
You know,
that is good. Because I was just thinking the same thing.
Well, Michelle.
Okay, to call out to that too. One of my favorite things you can do in improv is call out something that the audience would be noticing as well. Because as that was happening, right? So Shay had just said Chris like 3 times while saying, I would never want to say the name Chris again. So it registered in my mind, and probably everyone else's, you just said it 3 times after saying you never want to say it, and said you never want to say it again. So Viv then saying, you just said it 3 times, it got a really big laugh because it registered in everyone's mind. What? That doesn't make sense. So calling it out, you're going to get the laugh every time. If you call attention and say out loud the thing that everyone is thinking silently, you'll get the laugh. 100%.
Oh, you didn't get a match. Let's move on down to Judy Garland. Chris Hemsworth. His blank is bigger. We're looking for Hammer.
Broom, I don't know if I don't think I'm playing the game correctly.
So good, Broom.
I said his last name is bigger.
Oh, yeah.
That's accurate.
I feel like I was supposed to have written something filthy.
No.
If you want a filthy story, you want that? I'll do it.
A filthy story.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Well, did I ever tell you about the time I was in a Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra sandwich? And
Sandwich.
Frank Sinatra's penis was so big.
How big was it?
When I was doing a line of coke off of it, I had to stop halfway through to catch my breath.
You don't say.
And now that we're at the midway point, is that my camera?
This is absolutely a masterclass in character work. The gathering of the chord. This is insane.
That was good, Jude. That was good, too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ross.
This is a moment of an aside. Okay, I apologize for taking a brief detour. However, that was brilliant. That was pure character work, a moment of sheer genius. I've gotten to see Jinx live. I went and saw the Jinx and Dela holiday special. Incredible. If you ever get the opportunity to see Jinx perform, really any of these drag queens, or just go to local drag shows, like, you will see some incredible stuff. I've also gotten to see Monet's show in Edinburgh during the Fringe Festival. So much talent is on display here, and I'm very fortunate that I've gotten to see both Jinx and Monet perform live, but it just reminded me of the sheer force of talent that Jinx is, just seeing that little moment of singing and gathering the chord up. It's ridiculous character work just displayed in a tiny little vignette moment there. You can have crazy amounts of world building and character building with just tiny little moments like that if you know how to do it. And Jinx is giving a master class in this Snatch Game as Judy Garland. I mean, we could study it, genuinely study it. That's why I've based a character partially on what she did here, because it is so well done.
They're doing a drag reboot of Bewitched. In this version, Samantha the Witch doesn't wiggle her nose to cast spells. She wiggles her blank.
She wiggles her tuck.
She wiggles her tuck.
Of course.
Yes! All right, let's move on down to the Lady Shepley. We are looking for a tuck.
Now, I've never seen anybody wiggle their nose and get a goddamn thing, and that's why I wrote down pussy cat.
Oh, pussycat.
I wiggle mine all the time, and I can make anything I want appear.
Lady Shepley, not a match for Ross. Let's move on down to Martin Lawrence.
Okay. Again,
you know
not
I own
happening.
my own hair salon.
Do
in
you?
Detroit. We specialize in lace fronts, lace backs, lace sides, and lace sideways.
Baby, I'd like to lay you sideways after this game goes down.
I mean, come on, Mr. Boogeyman. There's nothing but space and opportunity up in here. So I think that the new Samantha should shave her weave.
Shake Reed. Ross, not a match for you. All
I
right, Michelle,
feel like
Yes, hit me, baby.
Monet is actually doing a really good job of doing the Shanae character, but it maybe isn't reading, like I said, because of the not deep cut reference, but just because it's a slightly layered reference. But the boogeyman cutting in there was great. I think finding ways to interweave here and cut in and interject when someone else is having their moment is great. That was a really good entrance by the boogeyman character there to add in.
Candy Muse has become a hometown hero back in the Bronx. In fact, they even named a blank after her.
A bodega.
Candy Muse Bodega, named after Candy
Wouldn't
Muse.
you shop at that bodega?
I would buy everything there.
Thank you.
Let's start with the boogeyman. Boogeyman, what say you? We're looking for a bodega.
She done bonked so many boys in the boogie down Bronx, they named a whole damn free clinic after her.
So many boys in the boogie down Bronx. That's
baby.
really the alliteration.
It was really well done.
That's not all I could alliterate. Oh, I'm a real man, a boogie man.
I've just given my ham shank under the desk.
All right, let's move on down to Leslie Jordan. We are looking for a bodega. Now, do you know what a bodega is?
I've shopped at many of bodegas.
What were you buying?
A condom. I used it as a raincoat. Yes. Magnum. Because I got a big head.
Yeah, of course, yes. We're looking for bodega. What do you have?
She is very talented.
Yes, she is.
With her mouth. That's a very large bathroom.
Yeah, it is.
So I said a glory hole.
Well, not a match yet.
No.
Let's go on down to the great Deanna Vreeland.
Right.
Candy Muse has become a hometown hero back in the Bronx. In fact, they even named a blank after her. We're looking for bodega.
You see, I adore a gal with a Rubenesque figure.
Yes.
And speaking of, I'm a bit starving and could use a Reuben myself, and I might go to a bodega.
This character's fun too. I don't really know the reference for this either, but it feels like a real person. A real weird person, but a real person.
sandwich.
Oh, it's a sandwich.
The Candy Muse sandwich. It's steak and eggs
Yes.
between 2 pork chops.
Okay.
I used to make it for Liza when
Yeah.
she was cranky.
As a mother would.
Of course. And I'd like to take a moment. Is that my camera?
Yes.
I'd like to take a moment. You see, there's a veteran named Dave who's been on your show, and he said he was worried that he killed me.
I think I might have killed Judy Garland.
And I want to say, Dave, if you're watching, you're not responsible, darling. It's all right. You're forgiven. Yes.
There you go.
Oh
Dave,
my
you're off
God.
the hook, honey.
That's incredible. I love that bit so much.
Until next time, don't forget to have your snatch, spay,
Well,
and neuter.
that Snatch Game is so much fun. I do want to watch other ones in the future that have more highs and lows, because there really weren't many lows to pick at there. There were some people that just sort of didn't have many highs to point out, but I didn't have much to point to and say, wrong, bad, don't do that. There wasn't really anything for me to nitpick at, to be completely honest. I can firmly say that Jinx is an absolute comedic genius and a great improviser, and her character work is off the charts incredible. Yes, quite a bit of what she had with her Judy Garland was pre-planned. Obviously, the bit about the veteran from the show, she had that pre-planned. But it was a genius bit to have planned. If you know the lore of the show, on Jinx's original season, she worked with that veteran who genuinely told a story about how he thinks he caused Judy Garland's death, like genuinely believes that. So bringing that up is an incredible callback. Having the mic prepared for the song bit, really great. And it's not unheard of in the Snatch Game to have props and bits pre-prepared for gags like that. It's just being able to execute them well, understanding how to execute a bit like that, because we've seen them flop really hard in past Snatch Games. And like I said, I will potentially do more videos about Snatch Game in the future and talk about times where it has not gone well and why it hasn't gone well. People have talked about Snatch Game plenty on YouTube, but not people that understand improv necessarily, so they don't know why things are working or not working. They can say, I liked it, I didn't like it, but having improv training and understand what they're actually doing and how to do it correctly, I think matters. And it's part of why I love Drag Race. I love that they put them through these challenges and force them out of their comfort zone. Improv is a very difficult skill to get good at, and it takes a long time. I've been doing it for over a decade, and that's the only reason I have any credentials to speak of. Keep in mind, when you're watching Drag Race, for a lot of these queens, going into the show, they have no prior improv experience. And when they perform, they know it's going to be shown on television to a national, really international audience. So giving a level of grace to these performers, I think, is the very least we can do. There have been a lot of other improv challenges throughout Drag Race, not just Snatch Game. So if there are any other improv challenges that you want me to take a look at, let me know in the comments. Or if there's just any other specific Snatch Games that you think it would be good for me to look at, let me know that too. I'd really like to look at ones that have both really strong performances and ones that really struggled, so that I can point out both why things work really well and why things maybe take a dive. It's always easiest to give notes on things when things go wrong, because we can point out where they went off the rails. And in this Snatch Game, I know it was heavily edited to really mainly show things going well. That's how this entire season of Drag Race was really edited. They wanted everyone to look good. So I know that this was pretty much an all success Snatch Game, and there wasn't really anything negative for me to look at. But I'm all for critiquing if there is something to critique. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I do read through them to look for what to watch next. Snatch Game was actually a comment suggestion. It had somehow entirely slipped my mind that Drag Race has a lot of improv in it, and when I saw that comment, I got very excited that I could start talking about Drag Race on my channel. I can be annoyingly dorky about two things that I love at the same time? Wow, neat! So keep those coming. It does help me out. If you like this video, then hit the like button. It looks like this. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My next goal is to hit 5K subs, which feels like an insane goal. I really did just start YouTube, and 5K feels like a very high number. It's low in the grand scheme of things, but for me, I honestly thought I would only ever have 5 subscribers on my channel. So 5K feels like a bonkers request, but I genuinely think we can get there relatively soon. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you stick around, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.